varieties of the color green may differ in hue, chroma or lightness, or in 2 or 3 of these qualities. Variations in value are also called tints and shades, a tint being a green or other hue mixed with white, a shade being mixed with black. A large selection of these various colors is shown below. Green in nature. Green is common in nature, especially in plants. Many plants are green mainly because of a complex chemical known as chlorophyll which is involved in photosynthesis. Many shades of green have been named after plants or are related to plants. Due to varying ratios of chlorophylls, the plant kingdom exhibits many shades of green in both hue and value. The chlorophylls in living plants have distinctive green colors, while dried or cooked portions of plants are different shades of green due to the chlorophyll molecules losing their inner magnesium ion. Artichoke. Artichoke is a color that is a representation of the color of a raw fresh uncooked artichoke. Another name for this color is artichoke green. The first recorded use of artichoke green as a color name in English was in 1905. Asparagus. Asparagus is a tone of green that is named after the vegetable. Crayola created this color in 1993 as one of the 16 to be named in the Name the Color contest. It is also the color of a wild asparagus plant blowing in the wind of the 1949 classic film Sands of Iwo Jima. Another name for this color is asparagus green. The first recorded use of asparagus green as a color name in English was in 1805. Avocado. Avocado is a color that is a representation of the color of the outer surface of an avocado. The color avocado is a dark yellow-green color. Avocado was a common color for metal surfaces, as well as the color harvest gold, during the whole decade of the 1970s. They were both also popular colors for shag carpets. Both colors went out of style by the early 1980s. Dark green is a dark shade of green. A different shade of green has been designated as dark green for certain computer users. Fern green. Fern green is a color that resembles ferns. A Crayola crayon named Fern was created in 1998. The first recorded use of fern green as a color name in English was in 1902. Forest green. Forest green refers to a green color said to resemble the color of the trees and other plants in a forest. The first recorded use of forest green as the name of a color in the English language was in 1810. Hooker's green. Hooker's green is a dark green color created by mixing Prussian blue and gamboge. The color is displayed at right. Hooker's green takes its name from botanical artist William Hooker who first created a special pigment for leaves. Football field green. Football field green is a green color created by taking pictures of Orion's football pitch. The color is displayed at right. Jungle green. Displayed at right is the color jungle green. In 1990 Crayola named and formulated this specific tone of jungle green. The first recorded use of jungle green as a name of a color in the English language was in 1926. Laurel green. Laurel green is a medium light hue of greenish-gray similar to asparagus, but lighter. The first recorded use of laurel green as a name of a color in the English language was in 1705. Light green. Light green is a light tint of green. Light green environmentalism is the concept that adherence to environmentalism is best promoted as an individual consumer choice. The term light green environmentalism is used by environmentalists as a synonym for greenwashing. Mantis. Mantis is a color that is a representation of the color of a praying mantis. The first use of mantis as a color name in English was when it was included as one of the colors on the Xona.com color list, promulgated in the year 2001. Moss green. Moss green is a tone of green that resembles moss. The first recorded use of moss green as a color name in English was in 1884. Dark moss green. Myrtle green. Myrtle green, also called myrtle, is a color which is a representation of the color of the leaves of the myrtle plant. The first recorded use of myrtle green as a color name in English was in 1835. Myrtle is the official designation of the green stripes on Waterloo Rugby Club's shirts, the green of Hunslet Hawks Rugby League Club, the green stripes of the South Sydney Rabbitohs and the green of the Blazers, sports kit and scarf of St Aloysius College, Glasgow. It is also one of the school colours of Lane Technical College Prep High School in Chicago, the other being Old Gold. Mint green. Mint green is a pale tint of green that resembles the colour of mint green pigment, and was a popular colour in the 1950s. Mint green can be related to the man of matte green and seen on shirts such as Colum Foster's who copied Will Howell's. Mint green, pine green. Pine green is a rich shade of spring green that resembles the color of pine trees. It is an official Crayola color that is this exact shade in the Crayola crayon, but in the markers, it's known as crocodile green. The first recorded use of pine tree as a color name in English was in 1923. Sap green. Sap green is a green pigment that was traditionally made of ripe buckthorn berries. However, modern colors marketed under this name are usually a blend of other pigments, commonly with a basis of phthalocyanine green G. Shamrock green. Shamrock green is a tone of green that represents the color of shamrocks, a symbol of Ireland. Another name for this color is shamrock. The first recorded use of shamrock as a color name in English was in the 1820s. This green is also defined as Irish green Pantone 347. It is customary in Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Canada and the United States to wear this tone of green, or any tone of green that one prefers, on St. Patrick's Day, March 17, even if one is not of Irish descent. The Boston Celtics of the National Basketball Association use this shade for their uniforms, logos and other memorabilia. Tea green. Tea green is a light shade of green. It is a representation of the color of brewed green tea, that is, the color of the hot green tea after the green tea leaves have been brewed in boiling water. The first recorded use of tea green as a color name in English was in 1858. Teal. Teal is displayed at right. It is a dark cyan color that is a representation of the color of the neck coloring of a duck called the common teal. Olive. Olive is the shade of dark yellow-green found on green olives. It has been commonly used by militaries around the world as a color for uniforms and equipment. Computer web color greens, green. The color defined as green in the RGB color model, displayed on the right, is the brightest possible green that can be reproduced on a computer screen, and is the color named green in X11. It is one of the three primary colors used in the RGB color space along with red and blue. The three additive primaries in the RGB color system are the three colors of light chosen such as to provide the maximum gamut of colors that are capable of being represented on a computer or television set. This color is also called regular green. It is at precisely 120 degrees on the HSV color wheel, also known as the RGB color wheel. Its complementary color is magenta. Another name for this color is green as opposed to the darker HTML/CSS green and the deeper pigment green, both shown below. Green takes up a large portion of the CIE chromaticity diagram because it is in the central area of human color perception. Green, the color defined as green in HTML/CSS color standard is displayed at right. It is the color called green, low green or medium green in many of the older 8-bit computer palettes. Another name for this color is green W3C. Dark green, this is the X11/HTML color dark green. Additional definitions of green, green. The color defined as green in the CMYK color system used in printing, also known as pigment green, is the tone of green that is achieved by mixing processed cyan and processed yellow in equal proportions. It is displayed at right. The purpose of the CMYK color system is to provide the maximum possible gamut of color reproducible in printing. The color indicated is only approximate as the colors of printing inks may vary. Green. The color defined as green in the NCS or natural color system is shown at right. The natural color system is a color system based on the four unique hues or psychological primary colors red, yellow, green, and blue. The NCS is based on the opponent process theory of vision. The natural color system is widely used in Scandinavia. Green. The color defined as green in the Munsell color system is shown at right. The Munsell color system is a color space that specifies colors based on three color dimensions, hue, value, and chroma, spaced uniformly in 3 dimensions in the elongated oval at an angle-shaped Munsell color solid according to the logarithmic scale which governs human perception. In order for all the colors to be spaced uniformly, it was found necessary to use a color wheel with 5 primary colors: red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. The Munsell colors displayed are only approximate as they have been adjusted to fit into the sRGB gamut. Green. Green is the color that is called green in Pantone. The source of this color is the Pantone textile paper extended color list, color green C, EC, HC, PC, U, or upper Euro green. Green. Green is the color called green in Crayola crayons. Green was one of the original Crayola crayons introduced in 1903. Other notable green colors: Army green. The color army green has been used in military since at least World War II, and possibly before, though the precise tint varies considerably between and within different nations. Bottle green. Bottle green is a dark shade of green, similar to pine green. It is a representation of the color of green glass bottles. The first recorded use of bottle green as a color name in English was in 1816. Bottle green is a color in Prismacolor marker and pencil sets. It is also the color of the uniform of the Police Service of Northern Ireland, replacing the Royal Ulster Constabulary's rifle green-colored uniforms in 2001. Bottle green is also the color most associated with guide signs and street name signs in the United States. Most notably, bottle green is the background color of the flag of Bangladesh, as defined by the government of Bangladesh. Therefore, another name for this color is Bangladesh green. Bright green, displayed on the right is the color bright green. Bright green is a bright shade of green. It is on the color wheel approximately 1/3 of the way between chartreuse green and harlequin. Bright green represents a visual stimulus of 556 nanometers on the visual spectrum as measured on the CIE chromaticity diagram. The X11 color green is somewhat similar to bright green, with a hex triplet of 00FFOO, compared to bright green's triplet of 66FFOO. The color bright green may be used to represent bright green environmentalism or the Viridian design movement. Brunswick green. Brunswick green is a common name for green pigments made from copper compounds, although the name has also been used for other formulations that produce a similar hue, such as mixtures of chrome yellow and Prussian blue. The pigment is named after Braunschweig, Germany, where it was first manufactured. It is a deep, dark green, which may vary from intense to very dark, almost black. The first recorded use of Brunswick green as a color name in English was in 1764. Another name for this color is English green. The first use of English green as a synonym for Brunswick green was in 1923. Deep Brunswick green is commonly recognized as part of the British racing green spectrum, the national auto racing color of the United Kingdom. A different color, also called Brunswick green, was the color for passenger locomotives of the grouping and then the nationalized British Railways. There were 3 shades of these colors and they are defined under British Standard BS 381C, 225, BS 381C, 226, and BS 381C, 227. The Brunswick green used by the nationalized British Railways, Western Region for passenger locomotives was BS 381C, 227. RAL 6005 is a close substitute to BS 381C, 227. A characteristic of these colors was the ease for various railway locations to mix them by using whole pots of primary colors, hence the ability to get reasonably consistent colors with manual mixing half a century and more ago. The color used by the Pennsylvania Railroad for locomotives was often called Brunswick green, but officially was termed dark green locomotive enamel. This was a shade of green so dark as to be almost black, but which turned greener with age and weathering as the copper compounds further oxidized. Cal Polypomena green. Cal Polypomena green is one of the 2 official colors of California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. The official university colors are green and gold. The Cal Polypomena Office of Public Affairs created the Cal Polypomena colors for web development and has technical guidelines, copyright and privacy protection. as well as logos and images that developers are asked to follow in the university's guidelines for using official Cal Poly Pomona logos. If web developers are using green on a university website, they are encouraged to use Cal Poly Pomona green. It is notable for its prominent use representing Cal Poly Pomona's athletic teams, the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos. Castleton Green. Castleton Green is one of the two official colors of Castleton State College in Vermont. The official college colors are green and white. The Castleton State College Athletics Department created the Castleton colors for web development and has technical guidelines, copyright and privacy protection, as well as logos and images that developers are asked to follow in the college's guidelines for using official CSC logos. If web developers are using green on a university website, they are encouraged to use Castleton Green. It is notable for its prominent use representing Castleton's athletic teams, the Castleton Spartans. Celadon. Celadon is a pale grayish shade of green. A glaze of this color is commonly used in Chinese and Korean pottery. It is normally associated with a pale sea green pigment, though the style originally was made with much darker pigments. The pale green pigment came from the artisans who used specific clays and potting techniques to create the style now associated with the name. It was most commonly used in Chinese, Korean and Japanese art and spread to the other Asian cultures. Celadon, as it is known by the West, or Kongyi, is an ancient type of Chinese glaze that was particularly favored by the Song court. These pots have blue-green glazes and are made in elegant shapes and were produced in kilns from all over China. Korean Celadon pottery has been described by ancient Chinese artisans as having a quiet elegance whose color is beyond description, in that it must be experienced to be understood, and its simplicity of form and style has been compared to the spirit of Zen Buddhism. Celadon Green. Dark pastel green. Dartmouth Green. Dartmouth Green is the official color of Dartmouth College, adopted in 1866. It was famously chosen after a crew race with a number of other colleges for being the only decent color that had not been taken already. It is notable for its prominent use as the name of the Dartmouth College athletic team, the Dartmouth Big Green. The Dartmouth athletic teams adopted this new name after the college officially discontinued the use of its unofficial mascot, the Dartmouth Indian, in 1974. Dartmouth High School in Dartmouth, Massachusetts traditionally uses the same colors as Dartmouth College for its athletics teams, which still retain the Indian nickname and mascot. Dartmouth Green and White are the main colors of Lithuanian basketball club Angstrom 1/2 Algaris Kaunas. Emerald. Emerald, also called emerald green, is a tone of green that is particularly light and bright, with a faint bluish cast. The name derives from the typical appearance of the gemstone emerald. The first recorded use of emerald as a color name in English was in 1598. Ireland is sometimes referred to as the Emerald Isle due to its lush greenery. The May birthstone is emerald. Seattle is sometimes referred to as the Emerald City, because its abundant rainfall creates lush vegetation. In the Middle Ages, the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus was believed to contain the secrets of alchemy. Emerald City, from the fictional story of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, by L. Frank Baum, is a city where everything from food to people are emerald green. However, it is revealed at the end of the story that everything in the city is normal colored, but the glasses everyone wears are emerald tinted. The Green Zone in Baghdad is sometimes ironically and cynically referred to as the Emerald City. The Emerald Buddha is a figurine of the sitting Buddha, made of green jade, clothed in gold, and about 45 cm tall. It is kept in the chapel of the Emerald Buddha on the grounds of the Grand Palace in Bangkok. The Emerald Triangle refers to the three counties of Mendocino, Humboldt, and Trinity in Northern California, United States because these three counties are the biggest marijuana-producing counties in California and also the USA. A county commission study reports plot accounts for up to two-thirds of the economy of Mendocino. Emerald Cities, Urban Sustainability and Economic Development is a book published in 2010 by Joan Fitzgerald, director of the Law, Policy and Society program at Northeastern University, about ecologically sustainable city planning. Feldreau, Feldrot was the color of the field uniform of the German army from late 1907 until 1945, and the East German NVA armies. Metaphorically, Feldrot used to refer to the armies of Germany. The word Feldrot means field gray, and by World War I the color was a light gray-green, though there is no specific color, rather a color range of grays to browns. That was one of the first standardized uniforms suitable to the age of smokeless gunpowder. Formerly, the Germans wore a Prussian blue shade similar to that of the French. Sweden used a very similar color for infantry uniforms, for example the grey M/1923 and later on grey-green as the German ones. The last uniform to use the color was the woolen M/58 winter uniform. The Chilean army also wears a full-dress uniform in Feldrot. Geotransit green. Geo Green was the color used for the brand of Geotransit, the regional commuter service in the Greater Toronto Area. Between 1967 and 2013, the brand and color that has adorned each of its train, buses, and other property generally remained unchanged. It also matched the shade of green used on signs for highways in Ontario. In July 2013, Geotransit updated its look to a two-tone color scheme. Yellow-green. Yellow-green is a mixture of the colors yellow and green. It is a web color. It is a light tint of chartreuse. Yellow-green is an official Crayola crayon color which was formulated in 1949. Yellow-green is near the center of the light spectrum visible to the human eye, and is very eye-catching to humans. For this reason many emergency vehicles and uniforms exhibit green-yellow. Harlequin. Harlequin is a color described as being located between green and yellow on the color wheel. On color plate 17 in the 1930 book A Dictionary of Color, the color harlequin is shown as being a highly saturated rich color at a position 3/4 of the way between green and yellow. Thus in modern color terminology, harlequin is the color halfway between green and chartreuse green on the RGB color wheel. The first recorded use of harlequin as a color name in English was in 1923. Harlequin is a pure spectral color at approximately 552 nanometers on the visible spectrum when plotted on the CIE chromaticity diagram. Silver Patron tequila is sold in harlequin-colored boxes. Harlequin is also an adjective used to describe something that is colored in a pattern, usually a diamond-shaped pattern. Similar to the dress traditionally associated to harlequins. Similarly, it can mean anything multicolored or prismatic, such as opals or other precious gems which are highly variegated in color and hue. In the early 2000s, a harlequin color paint was invented for automobiles that appears different colors from different angles of view. Hunter green. Hunter green is a color that is a representation of the color worn by hunters in the 19th century. Most hunters began wearing the color olive drab instead of hunter green about the beginning of the 20th century. Today, some hunters still wear hunter green clothes or hunter green bandanas. The first recorded use of hunter green as a color name in English was in 1892. Hunter green is the official primary color of the Green Bay Packers since 1957, the New York Jets since 1998, one of the two official colors of Ohio University, and one of the two official colors of the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity. In the bandana code of the gay leather subculture, a hunter green bandana, if worn on the left, indicates that one is a leather daddy. Whereas if a hunter green bandana is worn on the right, it indicates that one is looking for a leather daddy, that is, looking for a daddy-boy relationship. The color displayed at upper right matches the color that is used in the bandana code. India green. India green is the color of the lower band of the Indian national flag, represents fertility and prosperity. Islamic green. Islamic green is the shade of green used in the flag of the Organization of the Islamic Conference. Green symbolizes Islam because the tribe of the Islamic prophet Muhammad had a green banner and because green represented paradise to desert-dwelling Bedouin tribes when they gathered at an oasis. Jade. Jade, also called jade green, is a representation of the color of the gemstone called jade, although the stone varies widely in hue. The color name jade green was first used in Spanish in the form piedra de agada in 1569. The first recorded use of jade green as a color name in English was in 1892. Kelly green. Kelly green is an American term. The name derives from the fact that the surname Kelly, as well as the colour green, are both popular in Ireland. The first recorded use of the term Kelly green as a colour name in English was in 1917. Kelly green is the colour of the Cavaliers' drum and bugle corps, and was chosen over chartreuse because it would not fade after a summer of marching in direct sunlight. Kelly green is a school color for Manhattan College, Marshall University, the University of North Texas, and the University of North Dakota. Until 1995, it was used as a primary color by the Oakland Athletics. Afterward, it was replaced by hunter green. It was used as the primary color of the Philadelphia Eagles until 1995. It was replaced with a tone of midnight green for the 1996 season. From 1978 to 1997, the New York Jets used Kelly green as their primary color. In 1998, the Jets discarded the Kelly green in favor of hunter green, which is a darker shade of green than the Kelly variation. Kelly green is a website for fans of the University of Notre Dame college football team. In the bandana code of the gay leather subculture, a Kelly green bandana, if worn on the left, indicates that one is a male prostitute. Whereas if a Kelly green bandana is worn on the right, it indicates that one is a John, that is, a customer, looking for a prostitute. The color displayed at upper right matches the color that is used in the bandana code. Malachite. Malachite, also called malachite green, is a color that is a representation of the color of the mineral malachite. The first recorded use of malachite green as a color name in English was in the 1200s. Midnight green. Midnight green is the official primary color of the Philadelphia Eagles of the National Football League. MSU green, green and white are the primary school colors representing Michigan State University. The University Board of Trustees officially standardized MSU green as part of a larger university branding effort, replacing a lighter green used from 1997 to 2010. The official color was chosen based on the traditional darker Spartan green found on the original university varsity letter jackets and marching band jackets. The official green of Michigan State University is represented by Pantone Matching System Ink Color 567. Other Michigan State University brand secondary colors can be found at the MSU brand color palette. Neon green. Neon green is a bright tone of green used in psychedelic art and in fashion. North Texas green. The University of North Texas's official colors are green and white. Office green. The conservative shade of green shown on the right, office green, was the color designated as green in HTML, as opposed to the brighter X11 green. Pakistan green. Pakistan green is a shade of dark green, used in web development and graphic design. It is also the background color of the flag of Pakistan. Paris green. Paris green is a color that ranges from pale and vivid blue-green to deeper true green. It comes from the inorganic compound copper astucinite and was once a popular pigment in artists' paints. Persian green. Persian green is a color used in pottery and Persian carpets in Iran. The first recorded use of Persian green as a color name in English was in 1892. Rifle green. The color rifle green is displayed at right. The source of this color is the Pantone Textile Paper Extended Color List, color number 19-0419 TPXA Rifle green. The first recorded use of rifle green as a color name in English was in 1858. Rifle green is so named from the distinctive color of the uniform of rifle regiments of a number of European armies, and is still used as such by rifle regiments in many Commonwealth armies, such as the Rifles and Royal Gurkha Rifles of the British Army. Rifle green was originally adopted by rifle regiments in the 18th century. As the traditional role of riflemen was that of marksmen and skirmishers who attacked behind the cover of trees, a dark green uniform was adopted as an early form of camouflage, as opposed to the colorful uniforms worn by other soldiers of the period. Rifle green was the official uniform color of the Canadian Forces after unification. It was thereafter generally referred to as CF green. Indeed, the service dress uniform of the day was referred to as CF greens. After the introduction of the distinct environmental uniform, Rifle green remained as the uniform color of the winter land environment DEU. A short-lived tan uniform was worn in summer. After the demise of the tans, the rifle green DEU was worn year-round. Rifle green was also the colour of the uniform worn by the Northern Irish Royal Ulster Constabulary until 2001, where the AUC was renamed the PSNI, and while the uniform colour remained the same, terminology changed to bottle green. Rifle green is 19 €0419 TPX in the Pantone palette, or hex code 444C38 in the sRGB color space, as shown above. Russian green, the color Russian green is displayed at right. The first recorded use of Russian green as a color name in English was in the 1830s. Sacramento State green, in 2004, California State University, Sacramento rebranded itself as Sacramento State, while keeping the official name as the long form. In the process of rebranding, a new logo was selected, and in 2005 it formalized the colors which it would use. Screamin' green, the color Screamin' green is shown at right. This color was named from ultra green by Crayola in 1990. This color is supposed to be a fluorescent color, but there is no mechanism to display fluorescence on a flat computer screen. Sea green. Sea green is a color that resembles the sea floor as seen from the surface. Spanish green. Spanish green is the color that is called verde in the Guía de Colorations by Rosa Gallego and Juan Carlos Sanz, a color dictionary published in 2005 that is widely popular in the Hispanophone realm. UP forest green, at the right, is one of the official colors used by the University of the Philippines, designated as UP forest green. It is based on the approved color specifications to be used for the seal of the university. Green in human culture. See also, List of colors, references.